say we don't have any of. You've told me over and over we don't have any money. Where are you going to get the money?
How's this pertinent to Mr. Levine's
It's
situation?
money. He's asking for money.
Well, then it can come up in the workshop.
Oh, very good.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Any further discussion? All right. Next item is number 4, discussion of deer hunt. Mr. DeVito and Mr. Berry. Open for discussion. Motion for discussion. Motion made. Second.
Second.
Made and seconded. Discussion. Discussion is open.
Well, the people voted to allow council to decide whether or not to have a deer hunt. And I guess it's basically up to council if they want to go ahead with this. And if we do want to go ahead with this, then we need to be moving on this to get an inventory done via the Game and Fish while the leaves are still off the trees, so that we could possibly schedule a hunt for next year. So that's why I asked that this ordinance be brought to the table, because the people did pass the vote that allows us to decide whether or not to have a hunt. So I don't want to disregard the will of the people via their vote. So that's why it's here on the table before us.
James, I think you have that wrong. The people voted to allow a one-time hunt.
Correct.
That not, they didn't
I'm
vote
sorry.
to allow
You're out of
Yeah.
order.
Well, yeah.
Okay, Mickey.
Mickey,
Stop.
I'm trying to
Go ahead,
find the exact resolution here, somewhere in here. I don't know him here somewhere.
Is this the one you're looking for, Jim?
The domestic fowl and everything else.
Everybody should have a copy of this ordinance.
Yeah, I've got it here somewhere.
It's the same one I just showed.
It's up to council. We can ignore it. I mean, that's perfectly within our purview, but I thought this should come to the table because the people did vote to allow a one-time deer hunt. And whether or not we want to go through with it, that's up to y'all. But at least we need to make a decision on this. Otherwise, the people went to a lot of effort for nothing.
Comments? Discussion? Further? It's before the table. Mr. Berry.
Mr. Mayor, of course, I was in support of having a deer hunt. And I guess my confusion is I'm not real sure of the next step. Mr. DeVito mentioned about having Game and Fish doing a survey. And I really haven't gone back and looked and seen the process that other cities have done to accomplish this. But if that's the first step, then I would like to go ahead and I guess that would come from the office of the mayor to contact the Game and Fish to start a survey. And let's see where we are. I know what my perceptions are. Every time I look out my back window and I see a dozen deer out my back window, or drive down through Dairy Hollow and see another dozen, and I don't think they're the same dozen. That we do have deer, abundance of deer that are causing but a lot of damage, not only with automobiles, but also with a lot of property damage with plants and landscaping. So I don't know whether that needs to be made a motion or not, but I'd certainly like to see us go ahead and get started with the survey. Again, I'm confused as to exactly what the process is.
Ms. Alexander.
Once upon a time, many centuries ago, I worked for the New Mexico Department of Game and Fish. My job was collecting data and doing surveys on herds all over the state. I just did a lot of data research for them. I think I could help you a bit in understanding where to begin, Mr. Berry, and it is with what you instinctually said, beginning with a count and calling in the best authority, which would be Game and Fish, to do a survey and count. And then from there, what they would do, I'm not certain with Arkansas law. And my knowledge is about 20 years old with New Mexico. But with the law, they would take the count, and from there they can determine a seasonal best, excuse me, a best time seasonally, and a best way to define locations for hunting areas, because we know we can't just open up the town and say go hunting. There are going to have to be defined areas that we allow the hunt. It's been voted, the people want it. Let's give them the best thing we can. So I think we need to start working closely with Game and Fish and get ready, because fall is a normal season for elk and deer, that such game. And since we're going for deer, that would fall and fall. That's all I have to say.
Any further discussion? Mr. DeVito?
I make a motion to direct the mayor to engage with the Department of Game and Fish to get started with what's necessary to have a hunt. If that is an inventory, then I think time is of the. I won't put that in motion, but.
Okay. Motion been made for me to contact Fish and Game, which we'll do. Is there a second?
Second.
Made and second. Any further discussion? Ms. Balance?
I don't think I'm really in favor of a deer hunt in town, but the people have mandated it, so I agree that we should do it. So I'll bring up a few ideas that some people who also do not want to have it have brought forward to me. Some of them are wondering where we have enough space to have a hunt, so that will be something really interesting to find out. Another thing that people have suggested to me, that if we must have this hunt, maybe we could have it for 5 minutes on a Sunday. So
Speed hunt.
right, yeah. So just things that people have said to me, and I told them that I would mention to everybody, so we could be thinking about it and, laugh it off if you want to, or think seriously about it. But just a couple ideas. So thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Any further? Mr. DeVito?
Clarification. The people voted to allow a deer hunt. They didn't mandate a deer hunt.
Very interesting. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Okay. We'll vote on it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
What was the motion, please?
The motion was for me to contact Fish and Game for a survey.
Aye.
All right. All right. Move on to the next item, which is agenda setting. We added this to the agenda for your convenience, so we could discuss this further. Oh, okay.
Mr. Mayor, can we go back to the chicken ordinance?
Yes,
Oh,
we can.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm trying to get this thing over with. Okay. Under unfinished business, item number 2, I mistakenly wrote this down as postponed, thinking it was new business. So we'll go back. Motion to discuss the domestic fowl ordinance. Made and seconded. Discussion. Ms. Balance.
I would move to postpone this also to the next meeting because I just received the information and haven't had a chance to look at it, please.
Okay. Motion made to postpone to the next meeting. Is there a second? Made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Motion carried. Postponed to next time. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Now, there was one other business. It was the concerned citizen email that was mentioned earlier in the approved agenda. Did we postpone that one also? I thought we just postponed number 2 that I messed up. All right, it is postponed. So next one is agenda setting. Open for discussion. Ms. Alexander?
I would move to reconsider Mickey Snyder's nomination to the Planning Commission.
Second.
Motion to reconsider Mr. Snyder's application. Seconded. Discussion? Okay. Mr. DeVito.
I've served with Ms. Schneider on council. We didn't always agree, but I found her to be competent and capable in addressing the issues in the city. I know she also served on planning. As Mr. Graupner pointed out, we've missed 2 meetings this year already for lack of a quorum. So, it's unfortunate that there's not more people, willing to serve, and Ms. Schneider is well qualified in that position. So, to deny her a chance to serve the community when we sorely need people, especially on planning, I just feel like we should take advantage of her offer and approve her.
Any further discussion? Mr. Weaver, is there a waiting period on these nominations? Before we put them out? It's up to the council.
It's subject to the council's wish.
Okay. Motion been made. Ms. Balance?
Is it customary to bring a nomination back to the table just a few weeks after we voted it down? Is it
Says
ethical?
there's
Is
no
it
waiting
legal?
period.
In the past, it has been done without, I think it's at the council's leisure. And I know of no rule that's been adopted by this council that would prevent it.
Any further discussion? Mr. DeVito, you had your hand up.
No.
Okay. All right. No further discussion. We'll vote on it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Or recuse?
All right. So 4 to 1.
What was the vote
4 to 1.
again?
Roll call vote, please.
Roll call vote.
Mr. DeVito?
Aye.
Ms. Alexander?
Aye.
Mr. Berry?
Aye.
Ms. Balance?
Recuse.
Mr. Kirkpatrick?
Present.
It's up to me.
It's up to you if you want to vote.
Yes.
402. 50. 402.
All right. Any other items on the agenda setting issue? Ms. Balance?
I'd like to add Miss Nellie Clark and her sewerage issue to the agenda for next meeting, please.
I second that.
Made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So added. Any further? Ms. Balance?
I'd like to add a discussion to the next agenda of personal use of public vehicles.
Motion's been made to add it. Is there a second?
Second.
Made and seconded to add regarding personal use of city vehicles. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Present.
Okay, roll call vote.
Mr. DeVito?
No.
Ms. Alexander?
Yes.
Mr. Berry?
Present.
Ms. Balance?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkpatrick?
Yes.
What we got?
3 yeses, 1 no, and 1 present.
Actually, Mayor, I don't
Yes.
think that's subject to a vote because council
hasn't been
members council members can add with the appropriate number of council members. It doesn't take a majority.
Okay. So the vote was not necessary.
Not necessary.
Okay. Learned something else today. Okay. So I guess regular procedure, just get a second, put it on the agenda. Okay. Any further discussion on the agenda setting? If not, we'll move